Good morning. Welcome to Carolina Center for Spiritual Awakening Sunday morning service. Whoever you are and wherever you're from, you're welcome here, and we see you through the eyes of love. Just know that. I see you for the light that you are. I see you for the love that you are. I see you for the light that you are. I see your light, I see your love, I see who you are. Maybe turn to someone in the comments and say good morning, and say I see you, beautiful. I see you for the light that you are. I see you for the love that you are. Oh, I see you for the light that you are. I see your light, I see your love, I see who you are. One more time. I see you for the light that you are. I see you for the love that you are. Oh, I see you for the light that you are. I see your light, I see your love, I see who you are. I see your light, I see your love, I see who you are. All right, we see you. I'm in the right place at the right time. Yes, you are. Just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. Just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. Just where I'm supposed to be. Say that with me. I'm in the right place at the right time. Just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I hope you're getting that message. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Yes, whoever you are, wherever you're from, your soul is welcome here. We're so glad that you're tuning in. There's lots of things you could be scrolling and tuning into this morning, and we're glad you're tuning in with us to that universal presence that moves through all life and connects us all. And today I'm talking about connections, talking about those deep connections that are inescapable in this life. So let's take a breath and breathe into that truth as we just breathe into this beautiful little chant. Reminding us of our interconnectedness. We are one. We are one. I am you. You are me. We are one. And in this unity, we can live in harmony, and peace has come, for we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. And in this awareness of oneness, peace truly is the state of our being. For it is from this place of recognizing the allness, the awe-ness of the one, that we live in the flow of universal spirit in our lives. And so I claim for myself and for each person this morning an openness, a receptivity, a willingness to stop, look, and listen to life, to pay attention, to give thanks, and to open, accept, and allow our highest, greatest good. So I claim a deeper understanding of this life-affirming teaching that we teach here. I claim it for myself and for each of us, and the willingness to put it into practice every single day and live the truth that we know, that we are all one. We are all connected. We're connected to the earth and all living beings. And I live and move and have my being from that awareness. And I say thank you. Thank you, God, for this community, for this day, for this service, for this life. Thank you, God. And so it is. Take a couple deep breaths with me. Well, let's take 3. And again. And once more, letting it out audibly. Feels good just to let that breath escape from us and just relax into this moment. And I hope you will continue to relax into this moment and stay with us for this service. And for right now, we have joining us our dear beloved friend, Reverend Renee Laboa, sharing a reading and a meditation this morning.
Good morning. It's so great to be with all of you again. I'm really excited to do today's reading, and which comes from The Science of Mind. The theme is connections, which is in line with Reverend Christy's talk today. We are involved in a life that passes understanding, and our highest business is our daily life. John Cage. That which today seems to us supernatural, after it is understood, will be found spontaneously natural. Ernest Holmes, The Science of Mind, page 75. In our classes, we emphasize, after one uses spiritual mind treatment, affirmative prayer, taking the attention off how or by what means the desired outcome will occur. If we knew how a thing was going to happen, we wouldn't be treating about it in the first place. Then there are limitless ways that infinite source has of presenting itself in form as the answer we seek, so we really can't guess. Further, if we're desperate to chart the path the good is taking, this suggests we're uncertain it will arrive at all. This in turn unplugs the treatment from its power source, since it's not the words we speak, but the commitment, feeling, back of them that seals the deal. Another reason not to ask how is because we have no idea how anything has ever shown up. To see the truth of this, list your friends, business opportunities, even personal possessions, and then try to chart exactly how these people and things found their way to you. I met Joe at school is the sort of answer that springs to mind. But then consider how remarkable it was that you and Joe arrived at that school at the same time, and they're connected. I bought this lamp in Morocco. Then how did that lamp maker happen to choose that craft, select those materials, enter that bazaar, and meet you on your tour? We never know how, so just enjoy. Dr. Reverend Jesse Jennings. Sorry. Today's affirmation is, today I trust my source to bring like beings and beliefs together. The vision manages the details, and I am empowered to marvel and enjoy. And so it is. Let's enter into meditation in this beautiful beautiful natural environment that the universe has co-created with us. The dogs are here. We have birds. There's background music. And so I want you to just recognize the connectedness of all things, how everything flows together. Bamboo represents that which cannot be broken, which represents the connection between all of us, human beings, sentient beings. All that is alive is connected. We are one with that creative essence back of our lives and the life of everything that surrounds us. There are no accidents and there is no separation. When we can remember that, we find a sense of peace like no other. Our day flows gently like a babbling brook, moving from one thought to the next gently, in peace, no resistance. And as we co-create with our minds and our intentions, with that divine power back of all life, we do so with gentle assuredness, with certainty, with confidence, remembering our birthright, remembering whose we are. We are children of this universal, magnificent, infinite intelligence. Therefore, when we speak our word with conviction and we align ourselves with our true beliefs, there is nothing and no thing that can come between us and our good. So as we listen to the sounds of nature and we feel the gentle breeze, we realize that the bamboo can be bent to the ground and will not break. And we take that into our consciousness, claiming a new idea that our conviction and our faith cannot be broken. That we sway with the wind and we allow ourselves to gently move in and through this thing that we call life. I am connected to you. You are connected to me. There is only one mind, one breath. For this I am certain. And when I remember this, all is well. All is connected. All is peace. And so it is.
All right, y'all. I admit it. I am a tree hugger. I love trees. I encourage you to go out and hug a tree. Go out and feel the energy of these big, beautiful plants, the biggest plants that we have on this planet, trees. Go out and feel the energy of the trees and give thanks for the fact that they give us oxygen, they store carbon, they stabilize the soil, they provide shelter. So many things that trees do for us. But I have an interesting little fact that I've recently learned about urban developers and trees. So urban developers found that if they put more male trees and less female trees, it was more aesthetically pleasing because the female trees have a tendency to, produce fruit, drop seeds, drop mess. In some people's minds, mess. So they were messier. So the urban developers began planting more male trees, less female trees. And what the research has found is that an increase in allergies and asthma can be tracked back to the decrease in the planting of female trees because they can be messy and provide life. I thought that was so interesting because how often we want to skip over the mess in our lives instead of realizing that it is connected to our good too. Instead of embracing it, instead of bless the mess. I love that. Blessing the mess. Another thing that I was having this conversation with a good friend of mine, and he pointed out another thing that research has recently found, and that is that the decrease in porches on houses has caused a decrease in community involvement. And if you think about it, a decrease in community involvement means more depression, more crime, because people aren't connected to their community. They're not feeling ownership of their community. They're not feeling in touch with one another. And that was because also a development thing. And it's true with just over by our house there. I just drove by the other day, and where one house used to stand, there's now 6 townhomes in the same lot. Now, I'm not down on developers or anything like that, but it is a very interesting thing, although I'm good for it to slow down a little bit and no doubt. But anyway, it is a really good, a good awareness to realize that as the porches went away, so did the community involvement. And the porches went away, if you think about it, so that you could squeeze more money out of that plot of land. And it reminds me of how often in business, in our business lives or in our personal lives, when it comes to money, we want to go from the outside in. When I get that raise or when I get that job, I'll feel like I'm secure, instead of tapping in, trusting that God is my source and moving from the inside out, letting our daily connection be the highest priority. Or as the Science of Mind reading quote today from John Cage says, our highest business is our daily life. That when we make our highest business our daily life and choose to live in awe and wonder in our daily lives, then everything else starts to make sense and flow. Instead of coming from the outside in, we're moving from the inside out. And I thought about that with the developing thing. I think there needs to be a balance with the urban development and finding ways to move more in balance with people and plants. And I think that goes across this entire planet, that we are seeking balance. And that's a whole other talk. I was talking today about connection. So I thought about those two things, the porches and the plant and the trees, the female trees being left out. And I thought about how those are examples of ways that we get in our own way as a society, as a people, the ways that we are connected, but it doesn't turn out to be in a good way because of the damage that we can do, or the ways that we can fall short. And so then I started thinking about, and inspired by the reading that Reverend Renee chose to share today about connections, I started thinking about tracking connections in a positive way, like how we come together and learning to pay attention to how everything is connected, and how if you touch a corner of a spider web, the whole web shakes. That's our life. Everything so connected. So learning to bless the mess, learning to move from the inside out, I think is benefited by looking at the ways that we are connected and how we came to be. In that reading, it talked about, someone may say, well, how did you meet Mark? And you may say, well, I met him at a conference. Well, but there's more to it than that. Let's take, for example, when I first met Reverend Dr. Lisa Stewart, who was the first Science of Mind minister that invited me to the Center for Positive Living. I could say, when someone says, how did you meet Reverend Lisa? I could say, well, at Center for Positive Living, she asked me to come sing, which is usually what I say. But if you track it back further than that, I met her because I was unhappy in my job, and I quit my job, and I started playing music again, and I started putting myself out there, terrified and afraid I was going to fall flat on my face because I didn't have a nest egg when I quit my job. I just jumped and did it. But that's where she saw me playing at a coffee house and asked me to come sing. And then on her end of things, did I just happen to run into her? No, she made a conscious choice, living in California, working in the film industry, to leave that and go into ministry and move across the country. She was so clueless as to, where she was moving to. I've heard her tell the story when I was there. I remember her experiencing this, and then told the story since, how she went to pack her car and her dogs up to go to the beach one day because she was hot and she had to get out of the city. And I said, sweetheart, you're not in California anymore. It's going to be hotter when you go to the beach, not cooler. But anyway, she left everything she knew to come here. So I can't just say I met her because I went to the Center for Positive Living. No, I met her because I learned to play guitar. I met her because I had the courage to leave my job and put myself out there. I met her because she had the courage to leave California and put herself out there and follow her path to ministry. See how everything is connected. If I had stayed in the upset that I was feeling over the job, I could have been there my whole life. Instead of going, oh, thank you. I didn't want to be here anymore. I wanted to do my music again full time. Thank you. Thank you. Bless the mess. Or how about recognizing the connection in events as well, not just personal interactions with one person, but this community is here because I wasn't hired at Unity of Charlotte. I wasn't hired at Unity of Charlotte, and all these folks and I said, well, we're in community already. Let's create the Carolina Center for Spiritual Awakening. We could have been in a place of not blessing that, and it would have turned out very differently. But instead, thank you. Thank you. And moving on. I have a wonderful story. This idea of connections was born over last weekend. And as I was sharing with two dear friends, Stephen Tilley and Stephanie Holliker, and Stephen was one told me about the porches and the trees, and then Stephanie, so they really brought this talk to you. And then Stephanie, she shared about how she and I met. Someone said, well, how do you know Christy? And she told the story, and I'm sure I'd heard it before, but it's such a cool story. I want to share it with you now. She said, I was working a temp assignment at an apartment community in the university area. On my lunch break, I went to sit down by the pool. A young woman was there watching a small girl play in the pool. Not sure how we got to talking, but we were sharing pretty deep things, and I confessed to her that I was feeling dead and empty, and that things felt stagnant, and that I hadn't physically cried for almost 2 years. She then told me about an old white woman named Flossie who had helped change her life. Quote, she was talking about Florence Scovel Shinn. I wrote the name of the book down, The Game of Life and How to Play It, and I moved on. About 6 months later, I opened the note with the book title. I decided to order it. I actually ordered the complete writings of Florence Scovel Shinn, which included 4 books. I read the whole thing in one bathtub sitting. The next morning, I Googled a phrase I found in the book. The quote was, your word is your wand, which is actually from Emma Curtis Hopkins, who inspired Florence Scovel Shinn. But anyway, your word is your wand. And the Center for Positive Living showed up. You see, because after I went to sing for the Center for Positive Living, I became the minister there. Okay, so 2 months later, I'd found my home for a steal less than 3 miles from my new church. I also got a job offer with much better benefits and an $8,000 raise less than 5 miles away. I'd used the tools learned in the book at CPL. Although I sometimes forget, I have a knowing that it works. And then she says, oh, and I happily cried all over everything. At the Center for Positive Living, we used to have tissue boxes under each seat. People walk in like, what is going on? Why? Because when you walk in and you realize that you are in concert with the universe, that you are doing this dance of life, and you're not alone, and you are supported, and you are connected to the divine and to each other, the tears start to flow because you have known it all along, and you've been seeking that validation that who and how you are is perfect, and you belong. You're connected. She felt that. And Stephanie lives from this place of looking for the good, blessing the mess. And if you want to follow her on Instagram, she has some beautiful photography. It's at It's Awe Connected, A-W-E, Awe Connected. My friend Etika Luckett had a song that says, if you're not in awe, you're not paying attention in this life. And see, it's that awe-ness that leads us to the allness of knowing that everything is connected, that allows us to be in this peaceful point of attraction, because the awe-ness leads to the allness, which leads to the peace, which leads to the flow of life, that free-flowing experience of life. That's where we get to live when we are willing to release the shoulds and the blames and the criticalness and the wishing someone or something had been different, and instead we replace it with trust, and we bless the mess, and we say, thank you. We say, thank you. And we trust. And we affirm that everything is working for my highest, greatest good. Affirm that with me. Everything is working for my highest and greatest good. Right now, yesterday, tomorrow, and always. Breathe that in. And then back to the reading once again. I love the part where it said the vision manages the details. So when we live in that space of choosing to bless the mess, look for the blessing and be grateful for it in advance, and get clear about what it is that we want to share, how we want to show up, how we want to live. That vision manages the details because the universe says yes. You see, when we live from the inside out, we change our consciousness when we move into this space of knowing that our word is our wand. We create a different experience of life when we live in a space of trusting that everything is unfolding for my highest, greatest good. And from there, that changed consciousness creates a changed vibration, which creates a changed attraction point, which creates a changed life. Connection, recognizing that everything is all connected, knowing that we can leave all the details up to the universe, up to God, up to spirit, whatever word you choose. Leave it up to the divine. Because what is ours to do? Pay attention. Pay attention. Give thanks. Open, accept, and allow. Pay attention, give thanks, open, accept, and allow. But let's talk about that give thanks for just a moment. Not just give thanks for all the good, all the stuff that's so wonderful, but to give thanks for past, present, and future experiences, and give thanks for that past stuff that didn't feel so good, right? Maybe it was the job that didn't value you, so you quit. Are you going to continue to tell the story about how they cheated you out of a raise, or how they took away that bonus, or how they just don't recognize you? Or are you going to say, thank you for helping me rise above and claim the life that I want to live, which is not that. Sometimes our best gifts come from it, not it. It, not it. It, not it. So don't be mad at the not it. Bless the not it. Say thank you. Thank you for showing me that having a relationship with someone who is never available, doesn't support, nurture, isn't kind, isn't, where it's not mutual. Thank you. Thank you for being so present with that I had no choice but to see as it smacked me in the face. This is not right for me. I open and I accept and I allow a greater good, a greater degree of love and harmony and joy, prosperity, health, and happiness. But we do that by blessing the mess, by saying thank you. That's how we get there. And we can do that for the past, for the present, and get this, for the future. I encourage you to go ahead and give thanks for that job that you don't have yet, technically. Go ahead and give thanks. Thank you, God, for this job that fulfills me, where I live my passion. Or thank you. Thank you for that relationship. And maybe you're single, but you're saying it anyway. Thank you for that relationship that is so mutually fulfilling and nurturing and respectful and fun and spiritual and playful. Thank you. Go ahead and say thank you in advance. Master Teacher Jesus did it every single time. Thank you in advance. So say thank you in advance. Live from thank you in advance. Every single time you think about something you're worried about a doctor's appointment, or you're worried about a job, or you're worried about a family encounter. Thank you that everyone's on the same page and this flows smoothly and freely and easily. Thank you. Thank you for that traffic before you get in it. Thank you that I arrive safely to my destination and that everyone moves in the flow of divine right timing. Thank you. Learn to live from thank you in every single thing that you do. And I promise you, you'll start to live in awness. And then you'll start to live in allness, the recognition of the allness that's already there. And then you are free flowing with life. You're recognizing that God is in all things, and you will see it and feel it and live from it, this allness. And then your highest business will be your daily life. And it'll be a daily life of peace and joy, harmony, happiness, and gratitude. You deserve that. We all deserve that. We are in this dance of life together, so that we can experience that. all of it. This connection is not a mistake. We are all individualizations of that one power, that one presence. It is God, the good by many names. And it is moving through you, expressing as you perfectly. Say thank you for that. And so it is. Kind friends all gathered round, something I would say. And what brings us together here has blessed us all today. Love has made a circle that holds us all inside, where strangers are as family and loneliness can't hide. But you must give yourself to love, if love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Love is born in the fire. It's planted like a seed. Love can't give you everything, but it gives you what you need. Love comes when you're ready. Love comes when you're afraid. It'll be your greatest teacher, the best friend that you've made. But you must give yourself to love. Love is what you're after. Open up your heart to the tears and laughter. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. If love is what you're after, open up your heart to the tears and laughter. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Give yourself to love. Yeah. Give yourself to love. Let love lead the way and watch what happens. Watch the impact that you make. It's pretty awesome. Living consciously and recognizing that we are all connected and that we are all having an imprint and an impact on one another's lives. We are all the ripples on this endless sea. We all change the world every day to some degree. Even when we think we're not, no matter which road we choose, we're changing the world every day. Me and you. So how will you change the world today? What are the things you will do? Which are the words you'll choose to say? How change the world today. Now maybe it's the little things you say or the things you choose not to say that impacts a life. From the car that cuts you off on the road to the children who become what they're shown. Can you believe you're part of what you see? So how will you change the world today? What are the things you will do? Which are the words you'll choose to say? How will you change the world today? And not just if you're trying to, but in your everyday. How will you change the world today? How will you change? What will you do? Who will they see and what is your truth? How will you change? What will you do? Who will they see and what is your truth? How will you change? What will you do? Who will they see? How will you change the world today? What are the things you will do? Which are the words you'll choose to say? How will you change the world today? And not just if you're trying to, but in your everyday. How will you change the world today?
There is just one mind. That mind is God's mind. That mind is perfect. That mind is my mind now. There is just one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. Right now. Right now. Infinite Spirit, ever flowing, ever within me, ever growing. Infinite wisdom, ever shows the way. There is just one love. That love is God's love. That love is perfect. That love flows through me now. There is just one light. That light is God's light. That light is perfect. That light shines through me now, right now, right now.
Kids, we see you, we hear you, we appreciate you, and we love you just the way that you are. Divine love moving through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God, for the good in my life. And so, speaking a word of gratitude this morning, I just want to say thank you to Reverend Renee Laboa for sharing a meditation and a reading today. Thank you to all of our readers, to Donna Heil for organizing them, and to each of you who haven't even realized that you love doing it, but you now are intrigued and you're going to reach out to Donna and offer to do a reading. I want to say thank you to all of you that are planning to show up and see each other in person next week. I'm very excited to see you in person at the Art League at 10 a.m. In person at 10 a.m., online remaining at 11 a.m. until we are back every Sunday. That's the route that we're going. So next Sunday at the Charlotte Art League, 4100 Raleigh Street in Noda, and there's plenty of parking. It's a nice space. So we look forward to seeing you there. I'm grateful for that. Let's see. I'm grateful for this community. I am grateful for the spiritual practice of tithing. I tithe to this community, and I'm grateful to say that this community turns around and tithes. So every single donation that comes into Carolina Center for Spiritual Awakening, we turn around and tithe 10% of that to places and people that spiritually feed this community. So if you've been spiritually fed this morning, I invite you to give and give to this center. You can do that through a multitude of ways. You can text to give. You can do Cash App and Venmo and PayPal, or you can do an old-fashioned, actually write a check or give cash in person, whatever works for you. But get in that energy of giving through the energy of gratitude. That's the most important part. So let's swim in that for a minute by just recognizing all the things that we have to be grateful for. I am thankful, so grateful in this moment right now. Are you thankful? Yes, I'm thankful, so grateful right here, right now. I am thankful, so grateful in this moment. Yes, I'm thankful, so grateful right here, right now. In this energy of gratitude, I speak this word saying, thank you, beloved God, for all of the many people and all of the many things that we have to be grateful for. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my prosperity. I'm grateful for my harmonious relationships. Grateful for music, grateful for my bandmates, grateful for my friends and for this spiritual community, for all of my colleagues, grateful for my wife, grateful for my four-leggeds. I'm so grateful. Thank you, God, for all the good. I am thankful, so grateful right here, right now. Thankful for my dear friend Dale Worley for writing that sweet little chant. Love it.
All right, y'all, have a wonderful rest of your day. Know that you are loved. Reach out to us if we can support you in any way. prayer@awakeningcarolina.org. You can also ask more information about us, info@awakeningcarolina.org. And join us right here online next week at 11 a.m. or in person at the Charlotte Art League at 10. So, let the love we have for you wash all of you in this moment. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the joy. We let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace. We let the peace wash over us. We let it be. We let love. We let love wash over us. We let it be. We love you, we bless you, and we thank you. Have a fantastic week.